The morning sun rose over the skyline of New York City, casting long shadows across the labyrinth of streets that intertwine to create the city's pulse. At its center, nestled between towering skyscrapers and bustling avenues, lay Wall Street, a narrow stretch of road that was more than just a thoroughfare. It was the beating heart of the world's financial power. Henry Alden adjusted his tie as he stepped out of the subway station, the scent of freshly baked bagels and the distant sound of honking horns mixing with the rhythmic clatter of the city. He was a young trader, wide-eyed and eager, stepping into the world of high stakes and even higher expectations. Today, like every day, the fate of millions would hang in the balance as the stock market opened for business. Wall Street had been many things over the years. A symbol of wealth, a place where fortunes were won and lost, where men were made or broken in the blink of an eye. It was home to the New York Stock Exchange, where brokers shouted over each other, their voices a deafening cacophony, and ticker tape machines spat out news that could make or ruin lives. Henry's first trade had been a modest one, just enough to make him feel the thrill of being part of something larger than himself. But today, he felt the weight of responsibility pressed down on him like never before. The market had been volatile for weeks, following a series of economic warnings and political shifts. A sudden dip in the Dow could spell disaster for the portfolios of ordinary people across the country. As the first bell rang, signaling the start of the trading day, the floor of the stock exchange erupted. Traders scrambled over each other, waving their arms, shouting prices, and making split-second decisions that could change the course of their lives. Henry's eyes flitted from one screen to another, data streaming by at lightning speed, the green and red numbers racing like blood in the veins of the financial world. Suddenly, a sharp cry came from across the floor. A fellow trader had just sold short on a stock, and in the ensuing seconds, the value plummeted. Henry knew that now was the time to act. He barked an order into his headset, and his voice joined the chorus of frantic shouts. The seconds felt like hours, the tension nearly tangible. He watched his screen as the stock's value shifted, the numbers inching upward. A breathless sigh escaped his lips as he closed the trade, securing a modest profit for the day. But Wall Street was not just about profit. It was about the stories behind each transaction. It was about the single mother in Nebraska whose savings were at stake, the small business owner in Pennsylvania who had invested everything in a startup, the pensioner in Florida whose retirement depended on the stability of the market. The raw power of the place lay not just in its influence, but in the lives it touched, in the choices made by those who walked its hallowed streets. As the day came to an end, Henry looked out from his office window at the city bathed in golden light, the Empire State Building standing tall against the amber sky. He knew tomorrow would bring another round of trades, risks, and decisions that would make or break fortunes. But for now, he allowed himself a moment of reflection. Wall Street was more than just numbers and trades. It was where ambition met reality, where the thin line between success and failure was defined with every tick of the clock. And as Henry glanced at the people walking down the street below, he knew he was a part of something greater. It was a place where power was wielded, dreams were realized, and the heartbeat of a nation pulsed with every transaction. In the city that never sleeps, Wall Street remained the ultimate arena, untamed, relentless, and alive.